on Inferno.
I think Maniac put it best here. This is FURIA's best chance to pick up a major. Let's see what type of counter-strike they get out the gates. Momentum, well, we could see straight down the guns here. 4 CTs ready to posture and pepper down. Just a lick of damage done early to KSCERATO here. Art at the ready, the entry fragger. Wants to look for the opening kill on this CT side. And nade, peppering up Shush and holds him at bay for now.
He's always willing to put his life on the line, but now would not be wise, seeing as he's solo on that B bomb site. Investigating mid, yuurih calls bodies. Doesn't drop any, nor himself. Holds fast for a second bite of the cherry. 3 set up on this mid trap. Heroic hoping for an overextension.
Yeah, hoping that in his jarring presence that they've shown earlier, they'll pick back out. Now seems to have subsided as they crawl up mid with 3. The bomb is at the tail end of this pack, but it's a 3-man mid crossfire here.
You're messing with KSCERATO, you're messing with yuurih. Both of the Fangs are here, ready to take a slice out of Heroic's attack. Still a smoke on cadiaN. Flash as well. Looks like he's lining it up now. But who will fall first? Whose eyes will fade to black? Drop, one's black, and Shush gives it to him. 1, 2 in the feed for Heroic. yuurih to respond, needs to stabilize. He's wobbly. Reload, and dead. 1 back from safe. He's having a go, and it's bouncing in towards R5 bullets, and he can only get 1. Safe, the last man standing, but Heroic have weathered what was a stacked A site.
Oh, that's a nice shot right there. Sight to work with here. Flash, sure. The bomb yet to be planted. Yabi planning default towards the barbecue. Down over towards the construction. He should have this one locked.
Should, being the operative word. That moment for him to pull the trigger at least. Down. Confirms the round. Heroic take that T-side pistol.
Now you ask anybody, right? Any professional Counter-Strike player, any of the broadcasters we got around here, even the fans, right? Looking into this matchup, you say, what type of Counter-Strike are we going to get today? Chaotic. But Heroic know that just as much as FURIA do. And the thing is, FURIA, I think they need that to work in their favor, whereas Heroic can use that against the Brazilians here. They can sit back, they can wait, they can hope for the overextension in these early stages. And try and stop them from getting that snowball started. So a force buy out from FURIA now. Safe and yuurih on A, the other 3 over towards B to defend and fortify. But just some passive crowd control utility, nothing too quick as a long smoke will be deployed. And cadiaN at the front of the pack with this MAC-10.
Impressive form out of cadiaN, and an impressive opener. Oh, and a bit of a team kill. Bit of an oopsie. Now yuurih's being hunted. He should go down, but Yabi's been blinded too. Vision restored. Jumping MAC-10. Okay. Heroic knows something we don't about those SMGs, and now, well, there's not much hope for FURIA. This second round force achieves very little.
Yeah, now just make sure you don't hand anything over. If you want to hunt for these short, that conversation can be had. But I'm sure Heroic are more than equipped to deal with a similar type situation in the follow-up round. So we'll call this the 2-0 start, and this is the TK here. So you see the dink coming through from balcony. You've got to take that type of a shot. If you got to put your teammate down, you have to. That's the only way forward in a situation like that.
No kill reward for the force.
Yeah, I suppose, right? So it's the little victories here for Heroic early.
You heard from cadiaN as well, saying we don't just want to win the semi, we want to win the whole thing. You could see that in their quarterfinal. You know, they're playing with a tenacity that does look like that of the mindset many a former Grand Major champion. And now you've got to do it on hard mode.
It's no surprise. The Dust discussed the multiple different veto variations. You had Yanko and Maniac breaking down the options. Their Dust 2 was the opportunity to float to that second phase. Now, we didn't see that come through here, which enabled Heroic to pick into Inferno. But curiously, FURIA and Heroic have only played Inferno once throughout this tournament. And then you move further down the veto, and well, there's a conversation to have about the fact that Heroic haven't played Ancient or Nuke just yet. But cadiaN again, this time into Art. It's going to drop to his adversary on the other side. And laden the top of Banana with flames. They negated this with a smoke of their own, so they should be able to get back, and they can find that MAC-10. It's an extra boon in the back pocket for round number 3.
Down goes Art. He went a bit too far. Pushed his limits and is met by TeSeS on that AK. Favored to Heroic still. KSCERATO's just gone, wow, very brave on that retrieval. And top Banana now flying the Heroic flag, trying to set drop up with a weapon despite the low HP. TeSeS to throw down a smoke of his own. Now there is a CT response. KSCERATO's playing with fire here. Forward position, a lovely knowledge out of Stown. He knows he can put pressure on that position through the smoke, puts him down low, 13 HP, backing it up.
Well, keep in mind here, both the in-game leaders probably calling a lot of details from the grave. They're flicking through their players, they're seeing what they're coming up against, and now channeled back towards middle. The smoke sent towards Moto, a flash for Yabi, but I don't think they'll use it top mid.
Yeah, very hard for the boys here. Safe and yuurih.
They're going into this.
There's a chance on that P250, has to be perfect, and Safe delivers. Just the one on the USP, opens up and closes is TeSeS. 3 frags to the good, the rest are bleeding and running. Oh, into TeSeS. Silenced by drop. I mean, it's a 2-on-2, Chad, but the numbers just don't imply any hope for FURIA into our third.
Damage, sure. I think you give this one a go here. Now, if you get that AK, that's a different consideration all in itself.
He might try.
KSCERATO is still miles away. Look, he's just rotating back now through the speedway position, so...
Yoink!
Daylight robbery right there. Drop will find himself the AK-47. Be very happy to carry that through to the next, and it looks like KSCERATO's happy with the MAC-10 as well. He's got that 5.7. Sure, that's not going to be too much of a conversation in round number 4, but the incendiary might. So all things considered, a bit of pressure applied here on this lighter purchase round, and in the follow-up, we will get into the gun. So a nice steady start.
I've been so impressed by Drop recently.
Especially yesterday, right? That was wild scenes to see him stepping up. 18 years of age. And it was one of the 10 youngest players in the entire event.
Can I have a confession? When I saw Drop arrive in FURIA, I put him in the ZQK NIP Academy farming. He was going to come and he was going to go like Honda.
Sure, yeah.
You know, I was very quick to just tar him with that same brush, but he seems to have brought maturity with him.
He said he's the hype man, so they're going to need some of that hype here today. I'm sure they're going to be carried by the crowd, but it always helps to have it in the server. And yeah, Art will wield that MAC-10. cadiaN holding on to one on the other side here, or at least purchasing in. I think the other two carried AKs out of round number 3.
So you don't get to see these rounds all too often in the sense that, yeah, no cadiaN 8WP, admittedly on Inferno. Might be more rifles, but it is safe on this defensive AWP.
Just to note, we will see that a lot from Heroic here. Some of their key details, the desk highlighted it, and if you look at their map, they're really good at utility damage, flash assists, and apparently spamming through walls. As Safe is chipped on down to 28 points of health, but will stand the line. As yuurih alongside for this. KSCERATO is their flex player over towards Arch, who has just been smoked off. And Heroic aren't in a rush, right? I was looking back at some of their more recent matches, trying to channel up mid, go for some quicker plays towards A, but against FURIA, I think they're trying to just remove any of these early round skirmishes that may fall apart and see them sink into mid rounds. Here they can wait out this utility, which they've done fantastically well. Smoke and 2 flashes remaining. A HE somewhere on the dirt. And look at this from Heroic. Everything they want and more. If they can clear out top banana control, if they can get through Art and Drop, B's theirs.
That's an if. Art would love to find one on the MAC-10. Drop, spotted out. They do get the info safely. That's beautiful movement out of Stown. And they're coming around again. Oh, Drop stands up. Good on the first, forced by the flame. Art is somehow still alive, and it's KSCERATO that saves them. 3 as he rounds the corner. Only 1 remains. It is cadiaN. But with 20 seconds, he's got the bomb, but has he got any hope? That was the first 3 frags from KSCERATO, and it could very well be round defining. It looks like it is. Stunning work.
Okay, well, cadiaN, he's going to hold on to this AK-47, sure, but that's fantastic rotation. They delayed long enough towards the top of banana. Drops opening kill assisted in that fashion. Art holding on for dear life. But KSCERATO has been an absolute monster here for the side of FURIA tournament throughout, consistently delivering numbers. There's no doubt in anybody's mind that he is the best player from Brazil and making a name for potentially, well, let's see how far they can go. Major MVP could be a discussion if they make it to the finals tomorrow.
Yeah, and if he can keep up this form, I mean, he's got such a stone face. Up against the ropes, putting other teams away. Incredible mechanics. Hailing from Brazil. And he's going for early info. It takes balls to do that against Heroic. A quick jiggle mid.
They need to be careful as well. The AWP is out on the other side. And speaking of AWPs, FURIA have 2. Art's equipped one here early. Now, Art, we know that he loves a bit of AWPing, right? Always flirting with it throughout this team. You had Henny, you had Junior, had plenty of names, right, who they brought on in because Art always likes to be this aggressor.
You see the setup. It hinges on Art sticking around in a forward position. KSCERATO. Oh! Clean off his shoulders. You wanted info. How's an AWP bullet between the eyes?
That is a massive shot right there. Well, now they must have a great idea that double orbs are in play. Assuming safe has one on the other side of the server, that would be, well, a safe bet. Shushin's down, call TeSeS and Yabi over for this B execute. And that's a fantastic mid-round decision here against an AWP. If they smoke CT, smoke coffins, Art is either going to have to play through the smoke or just leave drop, hang him out to dry.
Line up. They will do this by the book, as Heroic tend to do. It's their own book, but they do it by it. Counter incendiary, run boost over. This is Gangster. Shush is across. Art trying to get a forward position, and a lovely hit. It could have been lethal. Shush down on the second shot. More required. A tip at TeSeS' head. It's still heavily favoring this defense, but if they could just find Art! Beauty! Poetry! 3 on the defense. They're just taking it in turns to feel like a superhero.
What an amazing round from Art there. That opener, beautiful stuff. That jump shot, see you later, Mr. cadiaN.
Maybe, I don't know. Yuurih is having a look. And nothing to come home. Okay, 2 rounds to the good though, FURIA.
Here it is. Oh, there you go. Give an inch, you'll take a mile. Massive stuff there from Art, and this is the conversation. That coffin smoke landed, a defensive one was deployed to their own. He's playing around it. This is where Art does his absolute best work.
The fan zone is occupied today in support of FURIA.
This is interesting. Look where Stound's taking the AWP here. It's towards second mid. Traditionally with an AWP, you go towards banana, you go towards that middle position and look for those long-range exchanges early. But he's taking this straight up towards middle from second mid. All right.
Who does that? I thought he was going up.
Just took an opposite attempt of going for a similar pick here. So maybe he could go overlooked. But a similar result. I thought he might have headed, towards apartment to see if he can find a pick on a yuurih or safe, who we've seen posted within earlier rounds here. Tiny little gap there towards the cusp of that smoke on the bottom, you can see now. Not sure if Stound stayed scoped in if he could have spotted a toe or two, but the warning shots will confirm. Something
interesting. cadiaN's got armor as well, so looking to play pickup if that AWP falls out of Stound. He's got a flash cocked. Now TeSeS is lying in wait to apply the pressure. Here it comes. Safe from the flash. KSCERATO overcome. A good find back. Against the odds here, Heroic, you shouldn't have as much of an imposing presence as they really do. Stound is coming to catch you on the rotate. Bait with the Glock, making space for this weapon. It is protect the president. Safe has got the flank, should have the shot, does deal with it. Art is hitting them, Safe is hitting them, and cadiaN and the boys are sent packing. They tried to get cheeky with it. FURIA are not laughing.
He understands playing over towards that arch side, that 3/4 long smoke there, give them the mid to B option. But 2 AWPs to deal with that. Yeah, Art was in a lot of trouble, so it is fortunate Safe was able to shoot them in the back there and take down a couple of cheeky kills. Timeout has been called from the Danes there first. So that's 3 consecutive for FURIA now. Now in this conversation, it's going to be how do we deal with this double AWP setup that's currently confronting us. You know that that's in the playbook. So do you want to operate a little bit faster here? Do you want to make sure you're using that early long smoke, try and get up that mid control? But if you do head towards A, you have to deal with yuurih, the sidekick to KSCERATO. These are 2 absolute beasts within the server.
Honestly, for FURIA, you put yourself in their shoes. Safe, Art, and KSCERATO in the opening 6 rounds have proven to themselves they're playing their game.
That's a very good point, right? Individual plays, it's one way to get by, but if they're stepping up and having multi-kills, it doesn't need to just be that trade game. And if you continue to stall them out when they come to your site, you don't need to worry about getting into these chaotic mid-rounds.
Well, chaos, it's going to be a word we use an awful lot of. Careful, KSCERATO tries to catch a timing, going to catch a bullet instead. Good punish from Heroic. Sweeping through, wow! Stound, AKV AWP, good for it. yuurih trying to tip the scales further in FURIA's favor. Whole squad coming and knocking, looking to reposition, summons Art for the cross. Smoke will be ahead of it. Good distraction, need to strike, need shots to hit, drop, and yuurih send Heroic back to spawn. Nothing from Shush. The goose egg still stands 0 in the bag. FURIA 4 in consecutive fashion. One of the things they outlined, one of the things cadiaN said he needs is a strong start. We'll continue to review how strong of a start this is.
This is great from Drop here, right? He's just going for the spam through. As soon as yuurih takes contact, he understands that pressure's coming. All the bodies rotated her as well. Heroic, it was the A play, and FURIA, they bit down hard. That full rotation coming through will send Heroic down to economic squalor here. Gonna be some upgraded pistol, sure, and this is where saffee surging forward, taking the fight. He's ahead of this.
That is aggressive, and he's not done. saffee has opened the round. yuurih looks to close it. Heroic are getting nothing here. Other than hot lead, straight through, one back from Yabi's D. He's got that next generation crosshair placement, but is he ready for an aggressive walk? Because here comes yuurih. And down goes Yabi.
It's going to be a sobering moment for Heroic right now. Heroes one day, enemy number one the next. That contrast, you can see they weren't taunting the crowd. They're happy to be respectful of the environment they're in, but regardless, they're up against that surge of energy that is being directed to center stage.
I loved it from Matthew. You know, Heroic, they are fiery, but a fire needs oxygen, and I'm not sure how much they're going to feel they have while trying to play this video game in this environment. Double orbs are out for the CTs, a forward smoke, and now if you're against Art, I too would be looking at that with a furrowed brow. saffee blind, TeSeS up, forward position, he has to fall back.
saffee heard it. He's talking an awful lot there that they could have pushed through that molly, but TeSeS, he's not going to continue to push forward. Just going to spam that. Will confirm exactly what saffee was communicating to his team. There's not a whole lot of pressure Banana either. It was just Stown who was the caretaker. And once again, that reservoir of utility, cadiaN back to pick up a couple more goodies. But look at this from Art. This is what he's known for here.
What he's waiting for in the air, just a cheeky bit of hit from TeSeS. Dances the dance, baits the shot. FURIA are more than happy and content to have the majority towards that first letter.
These orbs are very jarring, right? It means that you need to use a little bit more utility to take all these different points. And I like the more aggressive play towards A, but they were unable to break through because of FURIA's rotations. Couple nades towards the coffin position, nobody home.
Art's here though.
So's KSCERATO, three-man B stack from FURIA. They're reading the play well.
They know what Heroic are looking for. Art wants to be that forward position. He wants to punish, and Stown tries his luck. Immediately condemned to the Shadow Realm, and with 30 seconds, Heroic are scratching their heads. Do we go? Do we go? They don't know. Send one in. It's Yabi that catches the shot, and saffee will eliminate the lurk. Into the site, into the two of them. Smoked off, KSCERATO denied. Drop though, hiding, lying in wait. Can he deny the bomb if he hits that bomb? Push the smoke, needs drop. Who does it? 5 seconds more, he's missed it. He's missed it. No plan, no problem. And Drop the nerve to just sit there as his teammates getting strafed on, pushed on. He sits, he waits, he plays his win condition.
And all the details right now in FURIA's favor. I said they're reading the play well, but not only that, they're continuing with this opening kill success. Art already with a couple of cheeky picks and Exist. He said he's going to keep them calm. He is the contrast to cadiaN, the fiery in-game leader in the center. Well, the stoic coach who's been in an environment like this before, lifting a major trophy. He knows what it takes. And here's Art again, playing ahead of the situation, understanding that he needs to buy that buffer for his teammates here, and he bought a massive buffer because Drop, all he needed to do was line him up and knock him down, and as you mentioned, no time for that plant. TeSeS scrambling, and that one's going to sting. TeSeS after time, left with 1.1k to his name, so that timeout is a big discussion point here. How are we going to function forward? The loss bonus, sure, we're in at 6 consecutive. It has to be maxed on out. So they know into the next, they will be able to buy up on everybody.
Already Art has opened up the account, just an aggressive walk down to catch Yabi second mid. And Heroic, they've been a bit too quick about this, don't forget. This could be for the 7th. It's a conservative buy, some Desert Eagles. Tech 9, some Kevlar.
In 10 rounds, Art's already found 4 opening exchanges in his favor. So he's got a clean sheet in that regard here. First in best dress, still continuing that entry success is hard, and this is what you want to see from your in-game leader, surging forward, looking for more. Really controlling the tempo and the pace of this game. It's something that Heroic were, well, hoping they could do, but Arts found a second within the round.
Yeah, reading the interview Safe gave ahead of this, he talked about Heroic being one of those amazingly proactive teams. When you're playing against them, especially on that CT side, they will find those gaps. They'll outline them. Well, right now, FURIA are kind of giving Heroic that treatment.
And the scary factor is with Ancient as map number 2.
I can't wait.
Heroic haven't played that map thus far within the tournament. They haven't played it at all. They haven't played Nuke either. So we're going into uncharted territories for Heroic as far as this event is concerned. Smoked off, pushing through into Drop again, and he's just going to pick up another multi. 2 more kills for Drop. cadiaN will get 1, but it means absolutely nothing. 7 in a row for FURIA now.
Good Lord. Well, Heroic are definitely doing this, this half on hard mode. They will not be able to remove guns out of FURIA now. We're looking at max money for some of these boys. yuurih, $12,000 dues.
Yeah, the fact those AKs are carried through, and now they can move away from that double AWP setup, because Heroic have to be scared that it can come out in any moment with the cash factor that you just pointed out. If they would like to buy it, if they would like to make it an option, it's always possible. So how is that going to change the way that Heroic approach this? Well, cadiaN trying to Zywoo here. Might find a little toe and spot. There's cadiaN. Arc goes down.
That's a big opener. Read the play. Safe, trying to catch them on their exit. They have to be calculated about this. They always are. It's Heroic, but not today. Safe cancels play for Shush. Grouping. Timing on this. It's very important Heroic can catch this timing. At the moment, 2 defenders. Up against 4 on the advance, and Safe advancing forward for info. cadiaN's posted. Safe aware of the possibility. A line drawn in the sand by the Zoom bangers.
Look at this rotation. Everybody from FURIA is back on the site. They've completely gambled. They're playing Heroic at their own game.
Who will dare cross? Oh, Safe walks into the trap. Drop is the unknown entity. And if he's brave enough, he will get out of there. Smokes are arriving. Counter from KSCERATO. Still a presence on the site. They've got time to do whatever they desire. Concerned about B now. Wanting to check it out. They've just sent Drop out. Leaves just 2.
The best 2. The Fangs of FURIA on A right now to lock this one down.
Good Molotov. Forces the smoke out of yuurih. Sits within it. Loses half of his health. And Drop.
Mid to B.
Oh, and no one's ready. Drop's responsible, but they heard him in library. Someone will spot him. Oh, it's perfect for the job. cadiaN's on 1. He's had 3 in this round. He started it. And it seems his team will close it. He's got them locked. If you want to do anything, you've got to get through me. He knows what that frag means. Just a little drip of water in a drought of a T side.
It's crazy he gets all 3 kills in that round as well. Right, you look at this man in the center of your screen right here. The Heroic's trials and tribulations over the last few years, they're public record, right? We've all seen that it's been the us versus the world mentality time and time again. And traditionally, cadiaN has been the one to shield his boys. But this is a whole different beast. There's no protecting them here. One way to get the confidence up is with plays like this. So the in-game leader leading by example, as the cliche goes.
Yeah, I really love that element of Heroic. You're right, it's public record, but so is the way they've reacted to it. And their times of strife do seem to have bound them. You know, there is an extra level of brotherhood within this competitive world that they've managed to ascend to. They've proven that, you know, it's us and them. It is us against them, and right now it certainly is a rather large them. Just, you know, 16,000 people in an arena.
Yeah, I know that they're big on visualization, but I'm not sure how you meant to visualize this. This is obviously a different beast, and it's becoming a beast of burden for Heroic.
First time out of FURIA, that's noteworthy. You get 4 30-second breaks for the coach to pipe up. Of course, your opponent's coach will be doing the same. Exist. Man of few words.
And see, now they can go back into the double AWP setup. This was always a possibility, and it gets drawn back out into the play. So Art and Safe equip them yet again for round number 12 here. It's been such a difficult line of sight to get past in certain scenarios. As I mentioned, you need extra pieces of utility. You might start thinking there's ghost AWPs around the server because there's so many different angles that you have to deal with here. But if cadiaN can continue to find them openings, continue to lock down key quadrants of the map like this, that removes that speculation.
Let's see his flight path for this B take. Oh, I love that drop. He's actually gone forward and thrown a whole magazine into the smoke. Now, this battle for control, you can see that deep smoke should imply.
They're coming through on the flash.
Flying the FURIA flag, careful. Oh, gets it. Oh, another one. Another one. DJ Khaled, we don't care. We got art here. With a lovely double. And how many openings is he on now?
That's going to be 5. I think he's had 6 opening exchanges at this point. He's 5 and 1, so continuing to do what he does best. And now into the secondary AWP.
Yeah, one cannon too much. Let's go into the other. yuurih in support of saffee. KSCERATO housekeeping long. And saffee does tag him. Yabi limping in the apartments now.
You're probably considering a save here if you're heroic. You don't have enough cash here to go for another buy fully into the next round of play, and there it is. They're going to call it off.
Holy moly. Holy moly. Art. Top of the scoreboard, Chad. That's not even where he needs to be.
Yeah, and it's both AWPers towards the top, right? You've got Art on 13, saffee on 10. So these barbs of the AWPs are definitely getting it done, and I already called the save, maybe prematurely here. They've just smoked off towards CT spawn, and they are charging towards B. Art is still here.
They're giving it a go, heroic. They push all the chips to the center of the table and say, let's have a go. Let's be seeing you. Let's be having you. Yabi, big shot. Puts Art down. Bomb is going down. Can they disrupt? They know the angle. Oh, dear. cadiaN knocks and drops. Drop. Still alive, and suddenly a 3v3. They have turned the tables. Pincering in now a FURIA on the prowl. Smokes and kits present. Shush, spotted, saffee, misses his first. yuurih good for the retake onto cadiaN. saffee as well, and down they go! Time is on their side, and FURIA will make it 8.
Don't see too many of those in Counter-Strike at the moment, do we? 3-on-3 retake on the B bomb site, but with how this one started, there it is. There shouldn't have been any chance for this. Yabi hits a clean one. They get into the site with the lost bonus where it's at and the bomb going down. Any woes about a buy going forward has been completely removed. There could have been a couple of omissions, but that play helps them out going forward. So score 8-4, back into winning ways. It's not done just yet. Heroic still have on the table the possibility for an 8-7 as they will take their 3rd tactical timeout in the first half of play. Whew. Making these T rounds seem like they are worth their weight in gold, but also it's your map choice. It's your map pick. You don't want to let this one fall by. This can run away very quickly like a locomotive. And we talk about this pressure, Alex. It's just a word, right? It's creating stress. Stress in the server. That stress continues to compound. You get fatigued, and at that point, you make those mistakes.
Yeah. We're all humans at the end of the day. This is a battle of 5 humans versus 5. Their individual decision-making. The inputs they press on the keyboard and mouse. The separating factor as to who will be the one happy and the other absolutely destroyed. To be so close, a semi-final of the major, every Counter-Strike player would dream to be on that stage now. Never mind for FURIA. This has been one hell of a dream, and it's living through it right now. It's not done. saffee has an opportunity to start and find an opener now. He's been smoked off on Arch side. He's called for the cavalry. 3 are rotating through, but it's just the fangs on the side. Drop! Just walk straight through. An easy opener given to heroic. Now it should get awkward. yuurih, yeah, kept to 1. KSCERATO, though, he's still on the site. You got to get through me. That's what he's feeling. Yabi's chipped him low, a fresh magazine, but he's being stared at by an AWPer. And that's all cadiaN needs. A touch of his keyboard in the wrong direction in heroic. Successful into the A site, and this is where they looked ahead. Woo, finish strong.
Okay, saffee. How many more are you looking for here? A 1-on-3. He's going to give him a lurk smoke in towards the side, and he's actually changed on over to the AK. So a second smoke picked up as well, and that's going to create a bit of a wall here. More questions for heroic.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be very interesting if he does get on that bomb. It would be Yabi that has to put bullets on it. Fake. Tug. And that's the headshot he needed. Yabi plays it well. Maneuvers to cover. Hard target. Heroic will make it 5. Making a competitive half out of this.
Yeah, and I think at this point they're going to be quite comfortable with that. And they've done a good job as well with how close the last few rounds have been. A retake, the 2 rounds that they've won in the last 3. It's time to whittle down this cash within the final stages. So there still will be a buy available for FURIA, but it's going to be missing a couple of bells and whistles. It's only 2 kits in play. yuurih's missing an incendiary, but otherwise, you'd consider this all in all a full buy. Safe wants to take another pick down mid. He's going to keep the passive line flashed off for now, but up banana they charge. Being nade damage to drop, and the third is beautiful.
That is the heroic specialty. Utility. Drop out of the round. Loves KSCERATO as well. Everyone crumbles at the hands of heroic rifles. Nades or bullets, it don't matter. They know where you are. And somehow he might have actually had a chance onto a second. Tracks him through the smoke. Miraculous frag. Off to the safety of the A site.
Nice defensive Molotov there. We'll get into the AWP, and he's already been hunted. Shush is towards the top of banana. Yabi coming back over to seal top mid. So if Art wanted to quickly pursue, there'll only be one avenue, boiler or halls, and that doesn't seem to be the case. Now, I mentioned the cash being siphoned. At this point, this AWP is worth an awful lot. So an 8-7, as mentioned, still very, very possible for the Danes here.
To bite your arm off for it after the start.
Here's Yabi, newest addition to the team. Spins on a dime, gets 2 big kills, and we've bought into this squad, right? He had big shoes to fill of refresh, and he's got, you know, not mixed results, but there's been a mixed conversation about heroic since his addition. Is it better? Well, right now, if they make it to the grand final, that's definitely the case. And if they remove this AWP, well, that's going to mean an awful lot. A bit of extra time here. The chase down, looks the wrong way, and Art does survive. Actually gets himself a lot of cash there. That means that he can drop that M4 and even get a bit of utility going into this round of play. So Art, by farming 4 in the previous, sitting a little bit prettier than his teammates. Shush has bought into a P90 here, Alex.
Sorry?
He's got a P90.
Well, I guess
he's going to run maybe straight up banana here.
That's one way to try and make yourself even more of an enemy. You run around with a P90 into the KSCERATO stack. And he is just holding W. Just holding W straight into the site, up, across, and hunting. Drop panicking. Caught out now. What? Oh. How do you do 2 on the pistol? KSCERATO defends his honor ferociously.
They're locked in. There's no way out. They have to fight forward here. cadiaN and Stown.
Oh, and the Brazilians have full control. Drop doing a lot with a little just by holding on at new box. Oh, he may not forever. He's forced to fight. He has to stand. He has to go through. Oh, and he still wins the duel. Unbelievable. It's a 9-6. The scoreline reads at the half. Map 1 of this semi-final. It's just heating up. Don't go anywhere. FURIA matching that same form we saw in the quarterfinal. There's a reason they're here in the semi. Crowd out in full force to bear witness to our second semi-final. Outsiders have locked it in. We've got one grand finalist. It's time to find our second. And Heroic FURIA is quite the affair. It promises to deliver, and already the first half, 9-6. Attack start now for FURIA.
I think it's pretty par for the course, right? Yeah. I know that T-sides on this map can actually drop some bombs, but I think 9-6, both teams will be quite happy with this. There's an info place down. There's going to be a flash forward from Shush here, but it might just be a fast B. Look at the pace on this.
It's very fast.
CT smokes in. This could be a full commit.
They're going. The bomb's there, and so is the whole squad. And cadiaN deleted with the dual Berettas. Nothing to report, and now into the site. TeSeS might want to wait for the retake. They do not have that kit yet. Don't even know if anyone did. He had the dualies instead, so could be hard-pressed to get back in for this one, Heroic. Down still fannying around on A.
He showed himself bottom banana, but by this rotation, it's going to come in. KSCERATO and Art is still committed, but there's no way for Heroic to initiate this. It's bullets alone.
Drop, dancing, need one. And that's the one. yuurih goes wide. He's taking long-range duels on the clock. Two, good enough. FURIA should have this one in the bag. It's just a question of the last click. Safe will take it. And they're up to double digits. All right.
They've exchanged pistols here, but that's a nice one from FURIA in FURIA fashion. Fast, direct, straight up banana, in your face, taking those duels. Heroic played for info second mid. They got no info at all. FURIA came knocking.
The save came tapping. And it's his true tradition. Heroic will be throwing aggression into this CT round. They've cobbled together whatever they could muster. Interesting to see Shush on a scout. Not sure how far that'll get him. cadiaN may not be aware of KSCERATO so far forward. He's going wide for it. Nice reaction on the util. Trying to find gaps. Any slip-ups like that? That's another one for Art. 19 frags and counting, and that's another opening, Chad. He is just farming them up. Cracking open into bomb sites. And from behind, yeah, no hope for TeSeS.
Yeah, this is not the way you want the force fight to go. There's a lot in a round like this. It's a full investment from Heroic here. The fact that they don't even get a kill, they don't even keep it competitive, that is nightmare scenario as far as force fighters go. Sure, they're going to try and save here, but let's see if FURIA are going to let them. You don't want to hand these AKs over the Galil, keep that as well, but send Art, send KSCERATO looking, see if you can rip away a couple of extra upgrades here going into the next round of play. It is going to mean an awful lot, and you can see Art, nothing's going to slow him down. 19 kills to the name, and well, maybe he's going to slow himself down as he pauses at CT Arch.
I mean, listen, his openings were amazing in that first half, but this is where openings can be round.
Oh, precisely, and the fact that they don't fall foul to this, right? If they exchange to and go to the force by war, a chance for Heroic to claw back into things. If they're able to convert again into the follow-up, that's exactly what you want. You have that 6-round buffer. You only need a few more. You win the first gun round. Right at that point, you're sailing. You are absolutely sailing to that finish line. So Heroic, they're going to have to stand up. They're going to have to start delivering here as a unit. And they have to be given some opportunities to do so. So that opportunity will come in the next round of play. This is still light on. Now, Shush has the scout. Ideally, you want to look for a couple of tags, see if you can pepper them up, but you'd expect more of that in the hands of cadiaN here. They're not using it offensively whatsoever on this CT side. And in the previous two, there was so much pressure up banana early. This time round, there's a change. It's 4 players creating a wall over towards second mid in the mouth of mid. KSCERATO caretaking towards banana throughout all of this and being extremely diligent as Art, making sure there's no funny little tricks and games behind those smokes. We'll flush it out. They're not taking any risks, any chances here. Heroic are hoping they do fall back into a B execute. You can see 4 bodies and just poor Yabby tasked with trying to at least do something over towards A with this Deagle in hand. This is curious. 50 seconds left. Art has top mid. They are going back to pick up the bomb. And KSCERATO and Drop are exploring over towards B.
One thing they cannot afford is a slip-up like this, around like this. You've got the hard ones in the bag, but it's still threatening. You've got Scout, bit of Kevlar,
the mid-to-B might save them here.
Is missing his first shot. That should be okay now. KSCERATO will sweep the first under the rug from behind, as you discussed. Art delivers as well. Good tag out of Shush. KSCERATO and Safe are bleeding, but we should see that bomb maneuver through. That's if the frags don't come first. Only cadiaN now. He will be hard cleared. Lovely find from yuurih. Up to his 12th, and Yabi, yeah, last man standing. No hope as the bomb does go down in time.
All right, well, maybe even all 5 staying alive here. We discussed that bonus situation.
Okay.
This is continuing to get worse and worse for poor Heroic here, right? You go into this first gun round, you know that they're likely to hold on to a couple of these Mac 10s, which means maybe something extremely fast out the gates here from FURIA to try and break Heroic. And here's the issues. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's have the honest conversation in an environment like this where it is loud, when you cannot hear as many footsteps as traditional. A faster play, a maneuver to break the back of Heroic, it may be perfect for them to pull out in an environment like this.
Because we know Counter-Strike is about not even what you say, how you say it, the speed by which you deliver it, how clear it was for us to process and react to it. And there's no doubt that does get destabilized, you know, when you've got this crowd chanting. I saw in the quarterfinal, every time they called a timeout, they were making as much noise as possible to make that coach's job as hard as possible. You know, they're pulling out every trick in the book. And what's so exciting as well is there's something to be said about the power of belief. Everyone here believes.
Hold up. cadiaN's dropped the orb to Yabi here. He has a good mid spawn, but this is crazy. Yabi's going to go take a mid fight with the AWP.
Across. Oh man, you don't see this one every day.
It's interesting that Yabi, that they've given him that to go for the pick. Sure, I can understand why, but cadiaN, does he want that back? Are they going to have a bit of a trade top mid? Because guess who's coming their way?
Yeah, return to cadiaN's hands just in time. The smoke down, and
they're very quick on this.
Very quick. cadiaN. Oh, he's caught out. Very dangerous. Yabi, however, the same. Good on the M4. Swung through, maintaining. yuurih trying to fly that flag on long. Yabi down. That yuurih delivers.
It's just Shush. They got to come through the smoke, so they want to help him. Shush is on his own here.
He's going to get Molotov down as well. He's safe in the smoke for now. We'll reposition, actually forward position to investigate. FURIA back to the drawing board in a 4-on-4.
cadiaN's ahead of this rotation, but remember how low he is. 12 points of health. He's going to make it to coffins. TeSeS over towards spawn. There's an opportunity for FURIA to have a 4v2 on the B side. TeSeS and cadiaN have to lock this down, or this map is saying goodbye.
It's Heroic's time to voice any concerns. A missed flick, already they're through into the pool. TeSeS lying in wait, locked out now. Bomb safely across on the back of KSCERATO. Careful, TeSeS. It's dropped bullets on that Galil, brings him low as well. And how are they supposed to retake when you're so fragile? FURIA could just sit back, relax. Heroic running out of chances.
They have to save here. They have to save. They don't have a defuse kit for any of this. They need to get the reset. They're actually going for it. They're smoking towards top banana. I don't know how they're going to have time.
No kit, no kit. Is this something an oversight? Or they really believe they've got this? They're putting it all on the line. All on the line in this round 19.
Get on out of there, boys.
Come on, lads, on the retreat. cadiaN will catch one. And a second on the way out the door. It does work out for Heroic. Perhaps it was all just a performance, an elaborate performance to catch some exits.
Yeah, but sure, look how far the economy's gotten away from them already. KSCERATO before the rebuy, 10K, drop 9, Art almost 9, 9 for safe. yuurih still has a Mac 10 in his hands. Right, he can drop that across. Art will say, give that to me, yes please. I want to stay as bouncy as possible. So it's smooth sailing for FURIA here. Sure, they lost a couple of bodies, sure them some damage was done, but Heroic, that has to be the first like chop into the tree. This is going to be a long comeback. 4 consecutive now.
Pick.
Yeah, and this is the thing I mentioned, that the maps were only played once by either team in this event thus far. The double orbs being a massive double thumbs up for FURIA here on their CT side.
Definitely. Well, T-side open, we get to see how Safe approaches it. Now, he will be catching a lot of flack. Careful on the nades. Okay.
That's something Heroic have done well, right? This utility damage. So continuing to land the perfect nades, but in the fire and the flames. That smoke and force back now. Drop is very low.
Stones alone on this. Locked in by the flame, still throwing cursory bullets down to...
They're stubborn on banana, aren't they?
Yeah, imitate presence. Now given up, and smokes should be available to halt them. FURIA more than happy just to rejig.
It forced out a lot of utility, sure, but with them being so low, it's going to be difficult to try and get into the side. Now, Art on the MAC-10, okay. Safe on the AWP, Bogdan's Law. All right, now we can have a bit of a conversation here as they retool back mid to this rerouting, just secure a bit of map territory here. cadiaN just knowing he has to play ahead of this will secure that nobody has taken the top mid control. It should free TeSeS and Shush to rotate towards B, and I think that's exactly what the captain of Heroic is calling. You can see them relinquishing control of the A site now, back over towards B.
This is a Heroic opportunity. With 20 seconds left, time on their side. They just have to delay this attack.
This is their round.
It certainly should be. Yabi, prime position for that frag. Takes down KSCERATO, holds down his trigger. The drops two. Still running out of steam. Oh, Drop doing it all for the boys. Can they get that bomb down? TeSeS hunting. He's missed his chance on the orb, but still hits it as the bomb comes in. I don't believe it. FURIA actually set 4-14. It all happened so fast. It all came together for the Panther, and he's out of there.
The perfect info play, the perfect stack, and Drop coming of age on center stage. 3 massive kills to secure 14 for FURIA.
18 years of age, come off it. Come on, no one missed this chance there. cadiaN.
He said he was the hype man. That's going to get them fired up here. That's a round they should have never won. When you run into a stack, 4 CTs on the site, and you just knock them down one after the other. I said that was Heroic's round.
Drop, let me see this again. Stunning from the young gun. He gets 2 and you think it's still problematic, and then this shot, what a gamer. Baby sat by safe, needed that frag to get the bomb in. He's hyping the boys up. I think he might be smack talking his opponent as well, because this is their pick. And right now, FURIA, hometown heroes, 14 rounds to the good.
And they're going to run over them here. This is the last timeout call from the Danes, exhausting all 4. And they've only got 6 rounds to their name. And I'm telling you, FURIA right now are going to have something extremely quick out the gates. Drop and Art, with still 7K to their name, are investing into MAC-10s to keep this one fast and furious.
Certainly furious. You don't need to be buying those cheap SMGs, but they have. And we've seen both Heroic and FURIA add this into their arsenal. Let's see if this pace catches them off guard. Look at Art charging in, running shoes on, flashes are good. Oh, and Heroic melt at the hands of Art. Art is creativity, and creativity is Art. 3 on the SMG to put the nail in Heroic's map pick. Just a drag racer up banana.
You saw it coming from a mile away here, that uppercut. Heroic, they are shook. Yabi's still hanging around, which, if he had a kid, it's a bit of a concern. He's the only one on the site here. Everybody from FURIA has already evacuated.
Yeah, Drop, fortunately, of course, trusted Drop to be the safe pair of hands. If he had evacuated too, it could have been a bit of an Orky Mo.
Yeah, that could have gone very strange.
Whew, God.
All right, well, Yabi and Shush will be able to retain their rifles here. 4 from FURIA staying alive. But what a streak this has been. Remember, Heroic, they converted the pistol rounds with the following 2 to get that 3-0 star, and since then it's just been a pitter-patter of rounds, everything going in FURIA's favor.
Seriously, I mean, it is that collective will. Everyone here willing this team into the deepest run they've ever seen. The song they sing, Chad, is I Believe FURIA Will Be Champions. 16,000 people chanting that. I don't know about voodoo and witchcraft, but that's done something.
I know about pace. Straight into Yabi, up the guts again. He's going to get slowed down this time, so the blender of mid will deal with the aggression and locking him down one after the other. Shush had a chance, but KSCERATO, he's taking them back to 2-on-2.
This shouldn't happen. Is this the one where it ends already? A 6 is all Heroic can muster on their map pick in their semi-final? KSCERATO, he's a deadly warrior. Dropping his util on the walk, through the smokes, opts for the headshot angle. Has some support in yuurih, who's just arrived as the two fangs look to take the final bite, the final morsel of this map. Talking it through, bomb ticking on their side. Now that smoke will make life just a little more difficult, but not for KSCERATO. Catches him on the edge of it. Leaves only one time against him. Stavn knows this round has to be defused.